Okay, so the next topic is the design of torsion. So reinforced concrete beam are not subject only to bending and shear forces, but also subjected to torsional moments. So it must be designed. So the beam must be designed for the effects from torsional loads wherever applicable. So meaning we need to check, okay, not only the moment, the shear, and the axial loading. We must take account also the torsional moment that a beam may also carry. So torsion develops in a structural member as a result of number one, asymmetrical loading, geometry of the member, or structural framing. So as you can see here in our figure, we have a reinforced concrete beam. So the beam here, okay, will twist due to the torsional moment. Okay, so unlike bending moment makes your beam bend, while torsional moment makes your beam twist, resulting to a crack. Okay, diagonal crack. As you can see here, maliliit lang siya, no? Yung crack na to because of the twisting of the beam or the member. Right? So, kailangan nagkakaroon ng torsion ang ating beam. Okay, so number one, as you can see here, if we have here the beam, okay, the main beam here, and then meron tayong secondary beam, okay, na connected to the main beam. As you can see, because of the force here on the P or on the cantilever beam, okay, magkakaroon po ng moment sa point na to. Okay, because of this moment, as you can see, this moment is called the torsional moment that makes this beam here, the main beam natin, to twist. Okay, that's one example. Then, second example, as you can see here, a cantilever beam and your load is at point C. Nandito yung load. Okay, because of this load at point C, which is meron siyang eccentricity dun sa center line ng beam AB natin. Okay, meron siyang distance dun sa center line niya. So this is your eccentricity. Because of this, it will create, because of this eccentricity, magkakaroon tayo ng moment or distortion. Okay? And then, meron din tayo dito, we have here this spandrel beam here na nasa exterior side, nasa labas. Okay, because of this exterior, because of this position, nasa labas siya, then the load is in here, mga live load, dead load natin, nandito siya, applied on the slab. And if we're going to consider this beam, meron siyang load na nandito, which is eccentric to this beam, no? Yung exterior beam natin. Okay, nagkakaroon po tayo ng moment pa rin, torsional, right? So, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, okay, hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon, not always merong torsional moment. Okay, not always. Okay, we need to check first if we need to design our beam to resist torsion. Okay? So, paano ba tayo mag-design? So, first we need to tackle the code requirements. So, meron tayong dito ang tinatawag na cracking torsion. Okay? Which means, if uh, your applied torsion, okay, yung naka-apply mismo, okay, due to the loadings yung sa ating beam, okay, sasabi dito na magka-crack yung ating concrete if, okay, the torsion on that beam is equal to this value here. So this is the cracking torsion, or T sub CR. Okay, so that is equal to the 1/3 lambda times square root of F prime C quantity ACP square all over PCP. Right? So this is the cracking torsion. Ngayon, let's discuss what is ACP and PCP. Of course, lambda, alam natin na. That's the modification factor as discussed. Okay, dun sa mga naunang topic natin. And then F prime C, of course, that is the compressive strength of our concrete. Then ACP is the area enclosed by the outside perimeter of the concrete cross section. So if we have here the beam, so ACP is the whole area of our beam. That is the ACP. And PCP is the perimeter of your beam. So this is the cracking torsion. Right? So next is, it's ating NSCP. Right? So basically itong cracking torsion natin. So if your torsional moment, okay, reach, okay, the value of our TCR, magka-crack na po yung concrete natin. No? If our TU, this is the applied, no? Applied torsion, that is equal to our cracking torsion. Sabihin po na, our concrete will start to crack due to the torsional moment. Right? So, ibig sabihin ba nun, no? Is, pagka yung TU natin is equal to TCR, doon lang tayo mag-start ng design. Okay? So, meron tayong tinatawag na torsional strength, yung threshold torsion. Okay, so torsional moments can be neglected if our applied moment, our TU, is less than our phi T sub TH, or the threshold torsion. So, ang threshold torsion na to is basically is the 1/4 of our TCR times yung ating modification factor, or the phi. Okay? So, phi 1/4 TCR. Ito po yung ating threshold torsion. Okay? So, we have TTH. Okay, T sub TH is equal to 1 all over 12 lambda times square root of F prime C, the quantity ACP squared all over PCP. Okay, if yung matatandaan nyo yung kanina, yung cracking, that's 1/3. Okay? So dito, 1/4 ng TCR. Okay, dun po siya nakuha. Ibig sabihin, we need to design our beam for torsion when our TU is greater than or equal to 1/4 of our cracking torsion. Okay? So, hindi po natin pinapaabot sa ating cracking torsion, no? Sabihin, 1/4 pa lang nun, kailangan mo nang i-design yung beam to resist torsion. Okay? So again, we need to design our beam to resist torsion when our TU, applied torsion, is greater than our phi threshold torsion, T sub TH. Okay? So next is, meron tayong tinatawag na cross-sectional limit. Same dun sa ating shear. Meron tayong cross-sectional limit. So, for us to check, no class, na that our beam size or dimension is adequate enough to hold or to resist our torsion, okay, we need to check, or we need to satisfy this equation. Okay, here, for solid section, sa ating NSCP, sa section 422.7.7, okay, meron din tayong 4 hollow section. But for this topic, we mainly focus on the solid section. But this is the for the equation we need to satisfy. If our left part of the equation is less than or equal to the right part, meaning our beam is adequate to be designed for torsion. Pag hindi po, pag greater yung left side sa ating right side, we need to increase our dimension. Okay, so let's define no, the equation. So we have here for the left portion, so you need to memorize this one, which is the square root of the quantity VU over BWD square. This is basically because of our shear. So combine na to, combine to ng shear saka torsion. Okay? Plus the quantity TUPH all over 1.7 AOH squared. This is for your torsion effect. This must be less than or equal to our phi quantity VC all over BWD plus 2/3 of square root of F prime C. Okay? So all the term here is discussed already except for our pH and AOH. Okay? So what is AOH? So AOH is the area enclosed by the center line of the outermost closed transverse torsional reinforcement. Or meaning this is your stirrup. Okay, enclosed by stirrup. Okay, so AOH is area. So ibig sabihin in millimeter square. Okay, so as you can see here in the figure. So as you can see, the area shaded here is our AOH. Okay, it is the area enclosed by the center line of our stirrup. Okay, and then this is for figure 1. And for figure 2 na hollow, okay, may butas po sa gitna. Hollow yung beam. Okay, for AOH, we need to consider all, pati po yung hollow. Okay? And then, if we have here type of our beam na I-beam, but you have a stirrup enclosed ng ganitong tsura, ganitong figure, so yung enclosed lang, sa loob lang, no, nung stirrup na yon, yun lang yung consider natin AOH. Okay, hindi po natin consider yung nasa flange part. Hindi natin consider to. Okay, but if you have a stirrup on the flange, like this one, in figure 4, as you can see, pati po yung nasa loob ng flange, okay, inside our stirrup, will be considered as our AOH. Okay? And our pH basically is the perimeter lang nung transverse torsional reinforcement o yung stirrup natin. Okay? Perimeter lang siya nung ating area. Okay, so next is the nominal torsion moment. It's based on our section 422.7.5.1 ng NSCP. So we have here the formula Tn, the torsional moment, nominal torsional moment, which is equal to 2AO AT FYT all over S cotangent theta. So AO, it has a formula of 0.85 AOH. Okay, so AO is 0.85 AOH. And AT here is the area of one leg of closed stirrup resisting torsion. Okay, basically it is the area of your stirrup. Yun yung ating AT, right? So that is for the nominal torsion moment. And of course, S here is the spacing of our stirrup. Okay, so next is the maximum spacing of transverse reinforcement. Okay, so the maximum spacing here, based on our NSCP 4 section 409.7.6.3.3, we have pH or the perimeter divided by 8 or 300 mm. Okay, walin dyan ang mas smaller value. Yun yung ating maximum spacing. For the minimum spacing, so we have here the unit of this minimum spacing is AV over S po yung ating formula here. Okay? Area of the transverse reinforcement all over S. Okay, so we have here 0.0662 square root of F prime C BW over FYT. So FYT here, class, is your yield strength of your transverse reinforcement. T. And nilagyan ng T. No? Transverse reinforcement. And then we have here, or we have 0.35 BW all over FYT. Okay, so take note of these values here. The maximum spacing and the minimum spacing of your transverse reinforcement due to the torsional moment, additional torsional moment. No? And then we have additional area for longitudinal reinforcement. Okay, so as you can see, our beam, okay, if your beam will be twisting because of the torsional moment, okay, hindi lang yung stirrup natin, okay, ang magre-resist. Not only the transverse area or transverse reinforcement will resist the torsional moment, but also the main bar or the longitudinal bar. Pati yun ay i-resist niya rin yung torsion natin. So, because of this torsional moment, we need an additional area, okay, of longitudinal reinforcement. Okay, so we have here the formula. Ito yung i-add po natin dun sa ating AS and AS prime. Okay, ito yung i-add natin. So we have here AL, additional area for the longitudinal reinforcement because of the torsion. We have here the formula. AL is equal to PH times FYT all over FY times AT all over S times cotangent theta squared. This is our AL. And then we have the minimum area for longitudinal reinforcement. So we have AL minimum shall be lesser of A and B. So this is the formula for A, 0.42 square root of F prime C ACP all over Fy minus AT over S times PH FYT all over Fy. Or for our another formula, we have 0.42 square root of F prime C ACP all over Fy minus quantity 0.175 BW all over FYT times pH times FYT all over F. So this is our minimum area for longitudinal reinforcement. Okay, so let's use the codes, the formula that discussed earlier, okay, in practice. No, so we have here the example. So we have here the example. The girder AB shown in the figure is subjected to torsional moment from the loads on the cantilever frame. The following factor forces are computed from speed. So ito yung mga forces natin. We have the factored moment, MU, 450 kilonewton meter. Factored shear at the critical section near the face of the support, we have our VU, okay, 250 kilonewton. And we have the factored torsion, our TU, 40 kilonewton meter. So lahat po na to ay given na, computed na. Okay? Then we need the beam properties here. The F prime C, which is equal to 21 megapascal. The Fy, the yield strength of our longitudinal bar, the main bars of our beam, 415 megapascal. And Fyt, the yield strength of our transverse reinforcement, which is the stirrup. Okay, meron siyang yield strength na 275 megapascal. Okay, and we have a D prime of 65 mm if our beam is uh, doubly, no? And then we need to use 12 mm diameter for our stirrup. And then we have the width of our beam, which is equal to 400. Our height of our beam, 500, and the effective depth is 435. And then we have a concrete cover of 40 mm. So we have here the following requirements, no? Following question. Number one, what is the longitudinal steel area based on the moment? What is the required spacing of stirrup based on shear? Then what is the required spacing based on torsion? And then for number 4 and number 5, what is the required spacing of stirrup based on the combined shear and torsion? And what is the additional area of the longitudinal reinforcement due to torsion and of course plus the moment? Okay? So first, for question 1, hinahanap is the longitudinal steel area based on moments. So basically, ito po yung hinahanap yung AS and AS prime because of our MU. So ito yung i-discuss natin, no? Yung sa design of uh, flexural strength of our RC. So we have here the solution. So the given is the MU, 450 kilonewton meter. So ang kukunin natin is AS and AS prime. So for step number 1 in determining AS and AS prime. Okay, so this ay review lang, no? Review lang to. So we have, first, we need to solve the boundary moment. So ano ba yung boundary moment natin? Of course, i-discuss na VMTN. No, VMTN yan. So this VMTN, i-compare natin sa MU to determine if the beam will be designed as singly or doubly. No? So to solve VMTN, first, we have CTN. Tama? So CTN has a formula of 3/8 times effective depth D. So 3/8 times the effective depth, which is 435, we have an answer of 163.125 mm. That's our CTN. And then next after CTN is ATN. So ATN has a formula of beta 1C. So beta 1, based on our given F prime C, which is 21, ang gagamitin natin is 0.85. Then times our CTN, which is 163.125, resulting to ATN is equal to 138.656 mm. Using this ATN here, we can now compute our VMTN. So VMTN is 0.9 times 0.85, F prime C 21, times A 1 ATN 138.656 times B 400 times D minus A over 2. And then we need to divide it by 1,000 square para maging kilonewton meter. Okay, and then we have an answer of VMTN is equal to 325.815 kilonewton meter. And compare it to our MU. So our MU is 450, which is greater to that of our VMTN, meaning we need to design it as a doubly reinforced beam. Okay? So, compute na natin, no? Na-determine na natin na doubly reinforced siya. So we have AS1 and AS2. Okay, for AS1, we're going to use our MU1 as our VMTN, or our VMTN as our MU1. Okay, so our MU1 is equal to 325.815. Okay, so using this, MU1 is equal to phi AS1 FY times D minus A over 2. Okay, so yung A na gagamitin natin dito is equal to our ATN. Okay, so solving this formula here, okay, as you can see here in our equation below, so we have 325.815 times 1000 square is equal to 0.90 quantity AS1, which is the unknown, times FY. So nag-yield na po ito, no? Yield to. So 415 times D 435 minus A 138.656 over. So we have an answer of AS1 is equal to 2385.77 millimeter square. Okay, so next let's solve AS2. So AS2 is can be solved using, okay, this step here. So first we need to determine what is the excess moment, okay, to be resisted by our additional compression bar, no? So ano ba yun? So basically it is the uh, difference of our MU to that of our MU1. So MU2 is 450 minus 325.815. So meron tayong MU2 na 124.195. So we need to determine, class, so what is the additional area of steel to be added to resist this excess moment here. So first we need to check if our compression steel bar will yield. So we have here the formula na na-derive na natin noon. So we have Fs prime is equal to 600, the quantity C minus D prime all over C. So giving us this value here, Fs prime is equal to 360.92, which is less than our Fy. So meaning, compression bar does not yield, no? Okay, hindi siya mag-yield. So uh, will not be using, or we will not use Fy here, no? So we're going to use the exact value of our compression steel, or stress of our compression steel, which is the Fs prime. So we have here mu2 is equal to phi as prime Fs prime times d minus d prime. So we have here the values. Okay, our mu2 is basically the 124.195 times 10 over 6 to convert it to Newton millimeter, which is equal to 0.90 quantity AS prime times Fs prime, which is 360.92, times 435 minus 65. Okay, so giving us 1033.35 hours as our AS prime. And then to solve the AS2 here, so simply equate the compressive force C2 to that of our tensile force 2. So we have AS prime, Fs prime is equal to AS2 Fy. Okay, bakit Fy? Because alam na natin yung tension steel will yield. Okay, so we have AS2 is equal to 898.69. So for the area of our longitudinal bar, AS, the tension is still on the tension side. We have AS prime plus AS2. So giving us this answer here, 300 or 3284.46 as our tension bar. And then for our compression bar, S prime, we have 1033.35 millimeters squared. Okay? So nasagot na natin yung number 1. So next question, number 2, the required spacing of stirrup based on shear. So based on shear na tayo. So we have our VU given at 250 kN. Okay? So the first step is we need to solve VC. So VC is equal to 1 all over 6 lambda square root of F prime C beta of D. So 1, 6, lambda is 1, square root of 21, quantity 4,000 as your beta value, times D, 435, and of course divided by 1,000 to make your answer into kilonewton, or to convert your answer into kilonewton. So we have C or VC is equal to 132.89 kilonewton, and our phi VC, okay, our factor is 0.75, quantity 132.89, giving us 99.67 as our phi VC. Next is check for cross-section limit. So, check natin if adequate yung beam cross-section natin to resist the shear. So we must satisfy this equation here. Our VU must be less than phi quantity VC plus 2/3 square root of F prime C beta D. So we have here 0.75 as our phi, quantity 132.89 plus 2/3 times square root of F prime C, which is 21, square root of 21. BW is 400 times D, 435, and divide it by 1000. Okay, to convert it in kilonewton. So we have here the answer of 498.35. So this is our value here. As you can see, it is our VU here is less than the 498, meaning kayang i-resist, no, ng ating cross-section, beam cross-section, yung ating shear. So next is solve na natin yung VS, okay, shear on our steel. So we have VS is equal to VU all over the reduction factor minus VC. So we have here 250 all over 0.75 minus 132.89. So giving us our VS is equal to 200.44. Okay, so may VS na tayo. Next is solve for our spacing. So S is equal to AV FYT D all over VS. So ang AV natin is the area of our stirrup. So dito sa ating problem, two leg, no? Two legs yung ating stirrup. So meaning our AV is 2 times the area of one leg. So 2 times pi all over 4 times the diameter of our stirrup, which is 12. So 2 times pi all over 4 times 12 squared times FYT, the yield strength of our stirrup, which is 275, times the effective depth, 435, divided by VS. Ang VS natin, as computed, is 200.44, and then we need to multiply the VS by 1,000 para maging Newton siya. Okay? And then we have here S spacing due to our shear is 134.99. So because it is close to, okay, the 135, so let's use 135. And then we need to check for the maximum spacing. Okay, to check the maximum spacing, okay, the formula will be based on the condition of our VS. Okay, so if your VS is less than this value here given by the code, Okay, pag less than siya, meron tayong corresponding formula. Pag greater naman siya, meron ulit tayong formula. Yan. So, check muna natin. Itong 1/3 square root of f prime c bwd. So, we have here, so 1/3 times square root of 21 times 400 is 435 divided by 1000. So, we have 265.79 kilonewton. So, compare it to our VS. So, our VS is only 200. So, less than siya sa ating 265.79. So, meaning, we need to use this formula here na d over 2 or 600. So, we have here 435 as our d divided by 2. We have 217.5. So, use the least of the two. So, ang least sa kanila is 217.5. Compare it to our S, which is 135. So, maximum ito, 217.5. So, yung S natin is lesser than the maximum. So, we use our S that is computed a while ago. So, 135 mm. So, this is the answer for number 2. So, next is for number 3. Okay. Solve natin yung S spacing due to torsion naman or based on torsion. So, number 1 step, class in designing the torsion, ito yung pinaka-topic talaga natin, no? Yung dalawang naunang question, review lang yon. So, dito na tayo mag-focus. So, ang una mong gagawin, we need to determine if torsion reinforcement is kailangan or required. So, we need to check first our given torsion, applied torsion, dun sa ating threshold torsion. Okay? So, yung formula ng threshold torsion class is 1 all over 12 lambda square root of f prime c ACP square all over PCP. Okay? So, again, what is ACP? ACP is the area of our concrete cross-section. And the PCP is the perimeter of our complete cross-section. Okay? So, ACP, so yung ating beam, meron siyang dimension na 400 by 500. So, our ACP is 400 times 500, which is equal to 200,000 millimeters square. And our PCP is the perimeter of our beam. So, dalawang 400 plus dalawang 500. So, we have a total of 1,800 millimeter. Okay, so substituting the value sa ating formula, so we will have a threshold torsion which is equal to 8.486 kilonewton meter. So, this is nominal pa lang ito or theoretical. So, we need to multiply our reduction factor, which is 0.75 based on our code. No? That is 0.75 times 8.486. We have 6.36 kilonewton meter. And then our TU, the given TU is 40. Okay, so 40 is greater than our phi threshold torsion. So, meaning, kailangan natin ng torsion reinforcement. Okay, kailangan. Right? So, we need to design our beam to resist this torsion moment. So, we need to compute. Okay, before we proceed to the next step, we need to compute the pH and AOH. So, again, pH, ito yung perimeter ng area enclosed by the center line of our stirrup. As you can see here in the figure, dito, so ito yung beam natin, and then meron tayong concrete cover. So, yung distance, okay, from the edge of the concrete up to the centroid, no? Up to the center of the stirrup ay 46. Bakit 46? Okay, 46 kasi nga We have 40 concrete cover plus half of our transverse reinforcement diameter. So 12 yun. So 6 yung half nun. So that's equal to 46. Okay, so 46 siya. Okay, yung distance ng edge of the concrete to that of the center of our transverse reinforcement. So leaving us to a let's say internal or the width and height of the stirrup, no? Okay, so kasi 308 yung width dito, and then yung height natin is 408. So to get pH, so pH is dalawang 308, okay, plus 2408. So we have 1438 or 1432, okay, as our pH. Okay, and then our AOH, area of our area of or the area that is enclosed, no, by our stirrup. So we have 308 times 408. So we have 125664 millimeters square. Okay, so you can store this on your calculator para hindi nyo makalimutan. So next is we need to satisfy this equation here. So let's start with the left equation. So we have square root of the quantity VU. Ang VU natin is 250. Even yun, no? Then we need to convert that in Newton. All over BWD. So 400 times the D, 435. And then square mo yun. Plus the quantity 40. Okay? Times 1432. So this is also converted into Newton. So times 1000 to. Okay? So 40 kilonewton times 1000 times pH. Ito yung perimeter of our stirrup. So we have 1432 all over 1.7 the quantity AOH. So ang AOH natin class is computed kanina 125664. Square natin yun. Okay? And then square natin yung buong term dito. And ang sagot natin is 2.57. And next is tayo sa kabila, no? So we have V quantity VC all over BW D plus 2/3 of square root of F prime C. So VC is ito yung sa concrete kanina 132.89 times 1000, divide lang natin ng 400 our BW times D 435 plus 2/3 of square root of F prime C, which is 21 yung ating F prime C. So we have here the value of 2.86. Okay, so 257 is less than 2.7, 2.86. So meaning the beam dimension is adequate to resist torsion or torsional. Okay, so after checking cross-sectional limit and sok siya, no? We are ready to determine the spacing, no, ng ating transverse reinforcement due to the torsion. So we have here the formula given sa ating code. Tn, nominal torsion, is equal to 2AO ATFYT all over S COT. Okay, so what is Tn? So walang binigay na Tn kanina, no? But Tn basically is nominal moment. So yung nominal moment natin is equal, or yung sa formula natin, our factor torsion, the applied torsion, is equal to, okay, sa ating pagde-design, no? Equal dapat siya or less than our design torsional moment, which is phi Tn. Basically, ang Tn natin is equal to Tu all over reduction factor. So, ito na yan. No? So, we have Tu as 40 kN divided by reduction factor 0.75. So, giving us 53.33 as our nominal torsion na i-resist ng ating. Okay? So, as you can see here, hiniwalay ko tong term na to, AT all over S. So, AT all over S ay nahiwalay siya. Okay, so bakit siya hiniwalay? Gagamitin ko kasi mamaya yan. No? So, gawin nyo, gayahin nyo na to 80 over S. Kasi may paggagamitin tayo dyan. So, hindi po natin agad-agad kinuha yung S. No? Kasi meron tayo, yung kanina, we need this value here later. No? So, let's say 80 over S muna. Which is equal to, this is your Tn, 53.33 times 1,000 square. Okay, kinonvert natin ng Newton millimeter. Divided by 2AO. Ang AO natin, basically kanina, formula ng AO natin is 0.85 times AOH. So yan, diba? Yung AOH natin is 125,664. Okay, and then our FYT is 275. Ito yung FYT natin. And then cotangent theta. So ang ginagamit natin theta class is 45. Okay, pero ang range ng theta natin 45 ang ginagamit pag non-pre-stress. Pero ang range na ginagamit is from 30 to 60. Okay? So, kung walang binanggit, so use 45. So, 45. Okay, 45 degrees. So, giving us 80 over S. Ito yun, 0.91 millimeter square all over millimeter. Okay? So, take note, hindi to spacing. Value ng 80 all over S. So, next, pwede natin solve yung spacing. So, to solve the spacing, so 80 over S is 0.91. So, for 80, yan yung area ng transverse reinforcement natin. Isang leg lang. No? So, we have S is equal to 80 all over 0.91. So, 80 is area of transverse reinforcement, pi all over 4 times 12 squared, all over 0.91. So, we have 124.28 or say 120 spacing. So, check for S maximum. So, pasok ba itong 120 sa ating maximum spacing for torsional reinforcement? So, we have pH all over 8 or 300, whichever is the least value. Yun yung ating maximum. So, we have 1432 our pH divided by 8, we have 179. So, ang least dito, ang ating S max will be 179. Compared to our computed spacing, which is 120. So we're going to use, therefore, 120 because it's less than our maximum. Okay, so this is the spacing based only on the torsion. Ngayon, siyempre the design natin in actual, so i-combine natin sila. Yung ating spacing ng ating stirrup based on the shear plus yung ating torsion. So we have here the equation, the formula here. AH is equal to AVS. So ito yung sa shear. Ito naman yung sa torsion. As you can see, merong 2 na nakalagay. Bakit may 2? Kasi yung 80 all over S natin is only for one leg. Okay? But this is combined. Okay? Combined kasi ito. Yung AV kasi natin is dalawang legs niya. No? So dito, kailangan natin ipantay dun sa ating portion reinforcement. So times 2. Times 2 natin. Right? So dito, our VS here class, okay, this is based class dun sa ating formula sa ating shear. No? Yan. So VS, okay, is equal to AV FYTD all over S. So, gusto natin kunin yung AV all over S. So, AV all over S is equal to VS all over FYTD. Okay, substituting value, we have 1.676. This is in millimeter square all over millimeter. And then, combine natin. So, AH, area of our transverse reinforcement, due to the combined shear and torsion, we have 1.676. Galing ito sa shear. And then, plus 2 times 0.921. So, we have an answer of 3.496 millimeters square over millimeter for 2 legs. And of course, this is not spacing. Ang kailangan natin is spacing. So, lagay natin dito yung formula. AH is equal to AV all over S. So, AV natin, yan yung area ng ating transverse reinforcement. Okay, anong AH na ilalagay? So, this is the value of our area of our transverse reinforcement based on the combined shear and torsion. So, we have 3.496 as our AH. Okay, and then our AV is yung area ng ating transverse reinforcement. So, dalawang legs yun. So, we have pi all over 4 times 12 square times 2. Kasi dalawang legs. Which give us an answer of our spacing to 64.7. Okay? But we have a minimum area of our stirrup. So, we have here, nasa AV minimum over S kasi ito. So, compute lang natin. Ang lalabas is 0.413 and then 0.51. Then, using this AV min over S, pwede natin makompute yung S. Okay? Gagawin mo lang, yung AV mo, gagawin mo siyang the same sa pinagkuha mo kanina na spacing. So, 2 legs to. So, kung ilagay mo lang doon, pi over 4 times 12 squared times 2. Area ng stirrup natin. Times 2 kasi dalawang legs. So, lalabas na sagot sa minimum spacing natin is 547 dun sa isa and then 443.52. Ito yung minimum. Ay, yung maximum na siya. No? So, minimum area to, pero ang lalabas na spacing nito is 547. Okay, as you can see, 60 to. Lumabas sa sagot natin, 60. So, as you can see, mas dikit dito, yung 60, kaysa dito sa lumabas na S. Of course, in the design of shear reinforcement or transverse reinforcement, mas malakas pag mas maliit yung spacing. Mas dikit-dikit, no? Pag mas dikit-dikit yung stirrup, mas malakas siya sa shear at sa torsion. So, meaning, ang gagamitin po natin hindi yung 500, hindi rin yung 400. So, the least, no? The 3, which is 60. Ito. Okay? But if yung S na lumabas sa atin is 600 plus, so ang gagamitin natin, of course, is the 443. Kasi yun yung okay? Ano siya? Right? So, ito yun. Ang sagot natin sa spacing nating stirrup dahil sa combined shear and torsion. As you can see, papakita ko yung sa kanina. Sa torsion, ang spacing is 120 dahil lang sa torsion. Then, pagdating naman sa shear is 135. Okay? So, 135 sa shear, 120 sa torsion. But, pag kinonvert natin, as you can see, naging 60 na lang siya. Okay? 60. Okay, combined shear and torsion. So, next is, meron bang additional longitudinal reinforcement? Yes, meron. So, given this formula here, AL, longitudinal reinforcement due to torsion, we have PH What is 1432 for na-compute na yan. FYT is 275 divided by FY 415 times 80 over S. Na-compute natin kanina yan, diba? 80 over S. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. We need itong term na to, 80 over S. Okay, so it's 0.91 times cotangent square theta. So our theta is 45. So AL, we have 863.51 millimeter square. And then, we need to check for the minimum AL. So ito yung formula natin sa NSCP. So lahat naman na to, na-solve na natin. Lahat ng term na nandito. Input mo na lang yung term. Okay, for our term, formula for letter A, so we have 64.04 millimeter square. And then we have, for our B, 686.01 millimeter square. So this is the minimum. So as you can see, our AL here is greater than the 2 of this minimum AL U. So meaning, we're going to use 863.51. Okay? So we're going to use AL 863.51 and then use 12 mm diameter bar as your longitudinal reinforcement, no, para sa torsion. So we have 863.51 divided by the area of 12 mm. So ang lalabas ng sagot is 7.63. Ito yan. No? 7.63 bar ang kailangan natin na longitudinal reinforcement dahil sa torsion. Or say 8. 8. So yung 8 na yan na bar, need to distribute that around the perimeter of our stirrup. Okay? Around the perimeter. As you can see here, itong 12 mm na to, okay, ang gagawin mo, distribute mo. Okay? So, most of the time, even number yung ating longitudinal reinforcement sa torsion. So, as you can see here, distribute ko dito. Okay? Apat sa corner, apat sa center. Okay? Total of 8. So, ito na yung longitudinal reinforcement natin to resist torsion. Okay, as you can see, ito yung sa torsion lang. Of course, actual, siyempre, bending moment sa torsion kasama. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, pagsamahin natin. So, how? So, this is the final detail of our beam. So, gagawin natin, di ba kanina, yung torsion reinforcement natin, merong 12 mm na tatlo sa taas. Okay? So, yung 12 mm na tatlo sa taas, i-combine natin dun sa area ng ating compression bar. Okay, so ang area ng compression bar natin is 1,033.35 kanina. Yung nasa taas, no? Then, i-add natin yung tatlong 12 mm sa taas dahil sa torsion. So, meron tayong total na 1372.64. So, ngayon, itong 1372.64, ito na yung kailangan mong area of longitudinal bar sa taas. Okay. So, ngayon, siyempre, hindi 12 ang gagamitin mo as your main bar. Let's say, 25 ang gagamitin mo main bar. So, from that, so, ilang 25 mm kailangan mo? So, 1372.64 divided by the area of 125 mm bar, we have 2.79, say 3. Tatlong 25 mm ang ilalagay mo sa taas. Okay? As you can see here, tatlo. The next, para sa tension steel naman, ito yung area ng steel sa baba, no? Due to the moment lang. And then, i-add natin yung tatlo kanina dahil sa torsion. Tatlong 12 mm. So, we have a total of 3,623.75. And then, let's say, gamitin natin mas malaking diameter ng bar. Let's say, 32 mm. So, ilang 32 mm gamitin natin sa baba? So, we have 4.51, say 5 pieces na 32 mm sa baba. For example lang to, no? Basically sa ano naman, sa actual, same diameter. No? Nilagay ko lang muna 32. Okay? So, we have here, 5. So, i-arrange ko ng ganito. Muna, no? So, i-neglect ko muna yung spacing. Ipakita ko lang kung paano mag-compute lang no, ng number of bar due to the torsion. O, yun naman yung focus natin. Hindi naman yung spacing muna. No? Let's say 5. Okay, 5. So, solve natin. So, 5. Nilagay ko 5 sa baba. Okay, so ito na yung final na detail natin na merong spacing ng stirrup na 60 mm on center. Okay? And then, as you can see, meron tayong bar sa gitna. Okay, at the center of our beam. Ito na yung nanggaling kanina doon sa torsion. No? Dalawang 12 mm. So, ito na yung ating beam design due to the combined shear, torsion, and moment and torsion. Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much.